Oh man, I
Looked
was
like he was
I was blocking. I was like, I only see his teeth. What's going on? I didn't realize.
looked like he was eating the Pringles.
I know. Apparently, we got lunch on the mind right now. So, welcome everybody to another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. Joey and Troy here with you, ready to nerd out for the next half hour and talk all things nerd. Of course, if you want to jump in on the conversation, remember you can always drop some comments, let us know, and we are here to have some fun. Troy, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Another week. I'm still
Another
alive.
week. Are we going to throw another Comic-Con next week? How you feeling?
Next week? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
We'll just throw one together. Yeah, we'll
It'll be a
just throw.
pop-up Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's at Zia Comics. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Actually, we started planning El Paso before Cruces even happened. I mean, you gotta, these things you plan pretty far in advance. They're not just something you on a whim decide, oh, let's do a Comic-Con next week.
You know, it's so funny that you say that because so many people think that it's like, well, can't you just call them and just
Yeah.
go?
Well, I always tell people it's not like a birthday party. I don't send an invite and saying circle one yes or no. Can you attend?
Yeah.
It's
And then it's like, okay, this many of my friends are coming. All right, let's go. Like,
yeah,
no.
yeah. Michael Rooker and a +1. No, that's not how it works.
Guys, if you didn't tell by last week's episode, look at what it did to him. He was still laying in bed last week. He didn't want to leave. He's like, no,
I
I gotta get
barely
work.
recovered. Yeah, that it takes it out of you because there's a lot of stuff I'm running around doing in the background. That's why everybody asks, "Oh, are you going to wear your outfits and stuff during the con?" Oh no, I ain't gonna have time. I'm busy making sure things don't go bad.
Yeah, can you imagine though doing all that? Because I mean, we were seeing you running around. I was like, if we put one of these things on you, I wanted to see how many steps you had because
Well, my digital watch tracks it. I think it was 24,000 each day of the weekend.
that's the exercise for the rest of the year. He's done.
Yeah, and that's with a small convention center in El Paso. It's a lot more ground to cover.
The watch is like, are you sure this is you? Like, you're not have this strapped
Is
to a
someone
car?
chasing you? Are you okay?
Oh my God, your phone is telling you, do we need to alert the authorities?
Yeah, it's about that bad. And well, this year we had the issue. There was really no issues except for getting the guest out because all that weather in Dallas.
Yeah.
All the flights were canceled or delayed, so we had to scramble and get flights rerouted, rebooked, get the car service rerouted, rebooked. One of our guests didn't even get home until Tuesday. That's how
Dang,
bad the
really?
weather delays were. Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, yeah, and just these days with flights, I mean, if you're thinking that you're gonna leave at a certain day or a certain time, good luck. So it's just some people are. I had some friends that were in Chicago and they were supposed to be back on a Sunday. They didn't get back till a Wednesday, and they
Yeah.
were just like, "Man, what happened to you?"
Yeah, if one of those major hubs like Chicago, New York, or Dallas gets hit, it's a domino. It affects everything.
Yeah, yeah, no, and our poor guests are somewhere. They're like, I hope they make it, but still,
Yeah.
that's got to be rough, especially after you just you worked all weekend trying to get home, and yeah.
Yeah, you just want to get home and then like, oh, hey, you're sitting on the tarmac for 4 hours.
I luckily have not had that type of luck, but then again, I haven't flown anywhere in the last 3 or 4 years, so I
Yeah.
don't plan on flying anytime soon.
It's an ordeal. It could be good or bad.
Yeah, yeah, it just I guess depends. I always hear different, like, "Hey, you guys fly with these people, fly." I was like, "Look, I'm just going for the cheapest route to
Yeah,
get there."
they all have their good and bad. I mean, there's none of them that are 100%.
I haven't reached in that level of stardom where I can complain about my flight, so I'm still trying to stay humble here.
You have a spot open in cargo? I'll
I was like,
take
"Yeah,
it.
yeah, wait, do you need help loading the luggage? Because if that's a free flight, I'm taking it."
Well, in the military, that used to be a thing when you flew space available. A lot of times they would make you help load up.
I mean, maybe they could take a page out of that and says, "Who wants to fly for free? I'm about to travel the world. If you need someone to help you load baggage,
Yeah. You
I'll be
couldn't do
good
any
to
worse
go."
job than those baggage loaders are now. They just chuck that stuff in there.
I know. It's like, wait, this suitcase didn't have a scratch, and now I'm missing the top part of the suitcase.
They're
Oh
they're a
my
little
god.
rough.
So So Troy, I brought this in today because I actually we're gonna be trying these pretty soon. Gino brought these for us. Shout out to Gino. Have you tried any of the hot ones as far as any sauces? And now I guess they have them in Pringles, but have you had a chance to check these out?
Not that particular brand. I've done a couple of videos where I've eaten the hot stuff, but I always make sure I have a big glass of milk and some bread nearby.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know. Gino brought these, and I told Gino we're gonna have to crack these open one day and
does he
see.
hate you?
I guess. Well, this actually, so the sauce isn't bad. It's the last dab one of these that is the worst. And I'm
Oof,
like, I might have to pass on that. Although I do want to try that chip, the Pocky
the
chip.
Pocky. I keep
Yes.
seeing those, and I'm like, yeah, but do I want to do that to myself? It's
I messed up because I did come across one and I didn't buy it. I was like, should I buy this? And I was like, no. And then when I went back to like, you have buyer's remorse. You're like,
oh
oh,
yeah,
did I do it? No, go back and it's not there. And I was like, I missed my chance because that was a perfect opportunity for, even to do it on the show. I was just to eat the final chip and let's see how we last the whole show. Like,
they uh they sell them online, but they're kind of pricey online.
yeah,
And there's just like one chip. It's like the Pocky one. You peel it open. There's one chip in there.
you're paying $15 for one chip.
Really, I was like 15 or 16 bucks for them. I was like, yeah, that's
It's
cool, but not that cool.
I saw it for $5 and I could have got it and I didn't. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, I could have just bought them all and sold them online maybe if that was the that would have been the move.
But what you do is you take those and you just slide them into the regular chips.
Yeah, there you go,
And
man. Hey,
wait,
here you
and
go.
you hand them to somebody and wait and just sit there watching, going, "Ooh."
So who's gonna get the lucky Dorito?
Yeah, when I was still working out at NASA, the Jelly Belly jelly beans,
Yeah.
they make the Harry Potter ones, the Bertie Bott's, the nasty flavored ones like earwax and grass clippings and
Oh,
stuff, and they sell them in little packets. The guy I shared an office with loved Jelly Bellies, and he had a big jar of them or a bowl of them on his desk. So one day I bought a couple of those Bertie Bott's and mixed them in, shook it up a little bit,
oh,
and he would just munch one or two a day, and I kept waiting, and after about 2 weeks, I had forgotten about it, and I just happened to look over one day. He he ate one and just made a face. He's like, "Oh my god, I think that went bad."
you're like, "Oh, that's
And then
right."
it dawned I was like, "Oh yeah, why do you say that?" He's like, "It tasted like earwax."
He's gonna start asking, he's like, "Did you put these in your ear? Like, what's going on?"
Well, I waited till he got the there's one called it's flavored snot.
Oh.
And he got that one. He's like, "I'm gonna throw these out. They're bad." And I was like, "No, dude, no, don't throw them out. This is what I did." And he sat there, and you know how they have the little designs on them, right? The little
Yeah.
dotted design. He took the box from the Birdie Bots and set it down and was mashing them up and pulling all the Birdie Bots ones through a whole bowl of Jelly Bellies.
He's
I don't
like,
think he
"Oh,
ever forgave me.
I'll get through this one day," but, oh, man, can you imagine sitting there looking like, I ain't got that kind of patience.
Yeah, yeah, he didn't want to throw them out, so he was separating them.
So what you're telling me is you found the secret to if you love candy, just kinda mix it up and mess with somebody and say, "Hey, eat at your own risk."
Oh yeah, I love doing that stuff.
Oh, man. Well, let's get to, what we've been enjoying over the last couple of days. What you been keeping up with? Have you checked in on She-Hulk?
I'm behind on She-Hulk. I haven't watched it yet this week. I did watch my What We Do in Shadows. I love that show.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I don't think anything else is really out right. Well, House of Dragons, but that's on HBO, and I think I've only seen the first one of that.
Yeah. I never really kept up with, you know, House of Dragons or, I just never kept up with the franchise. So when I see that it's like breaking records and froze HBO Max, by the
Yeah,
way, on their debut, 9.9 million people trying to go to HBO Max, which was probably a big stunner to them because they're like, we're trying to get rid of shows and everybody decided to watch it.
yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to cancel that.
Yeah. And they're like, I guess it's the chopping block. No, House of Dragon already approved for season two,
Yeah,
and they're 2 episodes in.
yeah. I mean, the I've seen the first episode, and I was impressed. I love Matt Smith, former Doctor Who, and he plays such a good. It's like a prequel to Game of Thrones. This is when dragons were common So they all have their dragons. This is when Targaryens were in charge of Westeros, and it has a good start. I haven't watched past that first one, but I've been looking at the reviews online, and it's been getting really good reviews.
And I'm surprised that I mean, because I like, that whole era. I don't mind. I just don't know why I haven't gotten into it yet. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there that, and I've even mentioned it on the show too, that I was like, I haven't watched it. And the backlash, like, how do you not watch the most popular show? And I was like, it's had one episode. Hold on, we'll see how it goes. I was like, weren't y'all mad a couple of seasons ago that there was a Starbucks cup in? So what's going on here?
Yeah. No, it was a good series. There was a couple of episodes that were, kind of gotchas, like the red wedding and then the purple wedding. Unexpected death. They always said, don't get too attached to any character in Game of Thrones because they might not be there next episode.
That's the best way of doing it because you just never know what's gonna happen because you always know the cast is gonna be okay. That's why I think I've liked Stranger Things because now it just becomes a game of who's gonna die this season.
Yeah, maybe we should start a betting pool.
Yeah,
Next character out.
who's gonna die this season? Comment below, let us know, and we'll just go every season.
We'll start
Oh
our own
man,
dead pool.
I know, right? Then watch us get sued for that one. Be like, that's already been done, right? Be like, no, but
Yeah.
ours is more TV based. So yeah, of course, House of Dragon, HBO Max. They've been pulling some big numbers for that show, announcing that they're going to get another season. And then no, I mean, as far as anything else, I haven't. I tell you the truth, I haven't even caught up on She-Hulk. Started the beginning of it, didn't get a chance to really pay too much attention to it. They didn't capture my attention. I have this difficulty of I need to go back. That's how I was with Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, I 3 episodes in, and I was like, okay, we'll just skip to the end and see what happens.
Well, Ms. Marvel, I think, was geared more toward the younger crowd,
Yeah.
the kids who live on social media. It just seemed like it was geared toward them. I still liked it, but
Yeah.
you know, they got to pull in the young crowd too. They can't make everything for old geezers like us.
I know. That's why when I
So
keep going back and looking at like, oh, I can't wait for this. It's like, well, then again, it is going to be a whole new set going into phase 4 and 5, and I mean 5 and 6 or whatever phases they're on at this point. And it's like I got to remember that there's going to be some characters that you're just not a fan of. Like I'm excited for Daredevil, the TV series, to come out. That's going to
yeah,
be huge.
yeah, especially if they're bringing in the original cast. You got the Charlie Cox and the Vincent D'Onofrio. I can't remember the one who plays Foggy. I mean, they're bringing in the original guys, so
Yeah.
can't wait for that one.
No, it's definitely gonna be something, that, we're excited for, but then again, we're gonna continue to get this content that we like, and Disney Plus just solidifying why we're never gonna get rid of its streaming service. I mean,
Yeah, not only that, they got Star Wars too. They're getting ready to pull out a couple Star Wars things with Ahsoka and Andor.
yeah. So,
So it's
I guess that's what's gotta be good when you own the rights to everything that is great, like, "Oh,
the
we need a
House
new
of
show."
Mouse.
It's like, we'll just throw it. I know the House of Mouse, man. I keep forgetting it's the House of Mouse and everything. Mickey's just got to make sure he gets his cheddar. That's all Mickey wants.
It makes me think of if you watch South Park when they had Mickey Mouse on South Park.
Oh, yes, that's how I picture him.
Capitalist Mickey, yeah.
He's like, "What are you trying to do?" Like, yeah. Oh man, no, it's yeah, Disney Plus has definitely had some interesting moments. I'm excited for, the Thor Love and Thunder is gonna be coming out next week. We're gonna see it hit the streaming service. So for those that didn't get a chance to see it, it's now gonna be on Disney Plus, which leads me to this question for you because we're getting quite a few movies, everything that we love about, our superhero movies and even though these big theatrical releases. How long should a movie wait to go to a streaming service? Do you think there's a certain time limit before it goes to a streaming service?
I thought DC hit the nail on the head when they did the 1 month theatrical run and then put it onto HBO Max.
Yeah.
In my mind, that was because all those people got 1 month to have bragging rights to say, "Hey, I saw it first in the theater," and then people like me who try to avoid the theaters,
Yeah.
I'd rather watch it at home. I'll wait a month. That's not a problem. But now, Warner and DC and HBO, they're really altering, I guess the best way to put it, their whole streaming platform.
So kind of that word altering.
Yes, I didn't want to say messing up.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better word.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of another word that starts with an F, but
Yeah.
this is
Oh no, yeah.
this is a family
I
program.
know. We don't want to get flagged on YouTube.
Yes, they are messing it up bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're talking about. I guess the guy is in charge. I just read something. He wants to get rid of any kind of uh, content that he thinks is left leaning, whatever that means. But superhero movies are always going to be that way because they're the superheroes fighting for truth, justice, and everybody is equal, fairly represented, and stuff like that. So, what are you going to put on your platform?
I know, and and we've mentioned this numerous times. HBO Max, I mean, when they announced that they were going to have the DC catalog, I thought that was
Oh,
perfect because it's like DC fans now have somewhere to go, just like how Marvel can go to Disney Plus,
yep.
DC can go to HBO Max. But when they're changing things, I mean, now TV series that will never see the light of day and movies that won't see the light of day. Like, how long until there's a future Batman project that they're just like, you know what, we're just going to shelve it because we're not going to use it.
Well, they dropped over 90 million on Batgirl,
I know.
and then just gone.
Yeah, and I think that would have been the perfect opportunity because, I mean, and I know the CW does a lot of those shows on, cable television. But for those that don't have that, you now have that outlet to go to a streaming service to watch that. Especially, you got your Flash, you got so many other characters that were having their shows, on that that channel that they could have just went and continued to enjoy it. Just like how we're excited to see like the Luke Cages, the Jessica
Mhm.
Jones on Marvel. They had a chance to do that with HBO, and instead they were done.
Yeah, I mean that just shows good leadership can really make a business, and bad leadership can tank it. And I think I'm thinking Warner is not going to profit from that. In fact, I would love to see Disney buy DC as well. Have them
Don't
both,
don't tempt the mouse
and
because
then Disney Plus would just be unstoppable.
yeah, I mean, and then that would open it up for us to get those crossovers that we've always wanted.
Yes.
I mean, you can really get like a whole, Marvel versus DC fight. Like, I mean, I just can imagine the video game possibilities to the movies, TV series. I mean, you think What If is strange. Can
Yeah.
you imagine if you incorporate DC?
Justice League versus Avengers, something like that.
Oh, see, look,
It's
you're talking everybody's dream.
it's endless the stuff they could do.
Man, I mean, then again, it's all this, water cooler talk that everybody has always said. Iron Man could beat Batman, billionaire versus billionaire, and then now you get a chance to see it.
Yeah, I wish that would happen. But they're making so much money off of their Trinity, with Batman, Superman, and
Yeah,
Wonder Woman. They don't care about the rest of their characters. They're just
yeah.
pumping out, hey, let's put Batman on this. Let's Batman do that. Batman, 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 Batman.
So with that, The Rock has Black Adam that's coming out. Now, with The Rock's star power, do we see hopefully because, we can see him carry that character forward and then possibly, then we got Shazam that can later come out. I mean, could he be the anchor that DC needs with this character? Because I don't think a lot of people are familiar with Black Adam.
No, no. I mean, comic book people are, but
Yeah.
outside of that realm, not too many. But like you said, The Rock has such star power that I mean, because Black Adam is an anti-hero. You're not supposed to really like him, but I have
Yeah.
a feeling The Rock is going to make you like Black Adam.
As it's The Rock. Like, I'm sorry, any movie that you see with this guy, you can't help but like try to do the eyebrow or the I don't look at his try.
I can't.
I
I look
just
like I'm having a stroke when I do
I,
it.
I just look constipated right now. I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, and they're like, oh man, don't forget to flush.
What are you doing? "Oh, I'm being The Rock."
He was like, can't you smell it? I was like, well, I don't know. From your eyebrow, it looks like you're smelling something.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, that's just the thing with The Rock. He brings that star power, and I just don't know if Black Adam is gonna be the possible, okay, hey, we love DC now. I think that with John Cena's Peacemaker, I thought that was the starting point.
Yeah, well, the Peacemaker opened the door for a lot of the offbeat type characters. Actually, Suicide Squad did, and then he just ran with it. I think Black Adam they're going to portray a lot more serious because you got Adam Smasher and Doctor Fate or Pierce Brosnan, amazing actor himself, and you're putting him in there with Rock. I mean, they both have a lot of appeal and star power. So
Yeah.
I'm holding out a lot of hope for Black Adam that's going to open up a whole new mystical realm for DC.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of, DC taking it and running with it, and let's hope HBO Max doesn't F word it up like you said, like, 'cause, it's just a possibility, but I think, like, even with, like, Black Adam coming out, I think they need to do that similar take that they were doing on the streaming service. Get it out there, and even if they do a short run in theatrical releases and then get it to the streaming service, if you really wanna pull numbers, I think The Rock is the guy to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's some kind of legal things. I know when they started doing that, all the theaters were up in arms.
Yeah,
Uh, they were just livid, especially during COVID when the theaters weren't open and they started streaming the stuff. They lost their minds.
yeah.
That's their livelihood. So I can understand putting it in theaters for a month. Some people enjoy the theater. You got the bigger screen, the better sound, the crappy popcorn, all that stuff. It lends to that environment. But then you got people like me who I'd rather be able to pause it, go to the bathroom, go to the fridge, come back, hit play again. Uh,
Or go back when you're like, "Wait, is that what I thought it was?"
yeah, and
Like,
rewind it. So, was that
yeah,
X-ray? Yeah.
yeah. Instead, I gotta wait to go into TikTok after I watch a movie, like, "I swear I saw something. Was that what I saw? No, it wasn't? Okay.
Uh-huh.
We'll keep it moving." No, it's just I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do. I think there's an avenue, and then, what comes to mind, Black Widow. I mean, you saw the legal issues that they had with Black Widow when they put it, because that movie originally was never supposed to go to Disney Plus until later, but instead,
Right.
they did that and someone needed their money.
Yeah, that was a whole big they honestly though, I can't really blame it with Scarlett Johansson
Yeah.
because she was supposed to make an X percentage from the gross.
Yeah.
And then when they hit it in streaming, she wasn't and Disney being greedy as they are, Disney makes money hand over fist. Instead of saying, "Hey, we're going to cut you in part of the streaming because of this," they basically said, "Oh no, it didn't go to theater, so you're not entitled to that." And she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh really? Well, my contract says it would be theater only." So boom, and
Yeah. No, and that's
it's
what it
kind of
was.
a packing point.
It was crazy because I really thought, and I was like, well, and let's be real. I think the movie would have performed very well if it went theatrical. I mean, then, with everything that happened with COVID, I think the movie was set up well because, we just witnessed everything with Endgame. Then this movie came out. I think it had a lot of people wondering what's going to happen. I think it was going to perform very well, and it still performed well in
Mhm.
theaters, but it didn't do the typical Marvel $100 million weekend.
Yeah, they estimated she lost millions on that deal, which is why she sued. And it
Yeah,
was an important movie, like you said, that really kind of launched the next phase of
yeah.
MCU.
I
So
mean,
I
from
I I would have sued if I was her too. You're expecting this big payday, and then they slide
yeah,
the check over to you, and you're like, "Hey, you're missing some zeros."
and I know, right? Hey, you don't, and we're not talking about the cents either. We need more in the
Yeah,
other side of the
yeah.
decimal.
Where's the other checks? I only got this one.
Is it even real? What's going on here? No, but, and you're right, because it made such a big impact, and I'm also wondering, because of these type of moves, does it impact how they go about it? Because, I mean, obviously, we know the storyline of Black Widow, but there was also talks of her coming back somehow, but because of this, are we just done with that character altogether now?
Well, I've heard rumors both ways that with the what if they can bring Black Widow back
Yeah,
because they pulled her in the what ifs through a different universe. But they're also talking about expanding Yelena, her sister's role, Florence Pugh's role as because Black Widow is a title, it's not an actual person.
yeah.
It's kind of like James Bond 007. It goes with the agent. So, I mean, there's more than one Black Widow, and they're talking about making her the central focus being Black Widow. And if you watched, the Black Widow movie and then the
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah, she killed it in those things. She was amazing.
Yeah. No, I mean, the delivery and everything was just amazing. I think we need her to come back. I mean, and like you said, maybe a potential series with her moving it forward. I mean, and for those that are wondering, like this is like comparing like, the fact that we have, Captain America and now with, Falcon now being Captain America. I mean, you kind of keep that same recipe going. I mean, I don't know. I think we're looking pretty good when it comes to the Marvel standpoint. And I mean, another Black Widow movie or series would be great.
Yeah, I mean the whole Black Widow program in the comics, it's a real deep program. In fact, Winter Soldier actually taught in the Red Room in the comics, so he probably instructed her on a couple of things when he was a Russian asset. So I mean, the comic. There's so many different layers they can pull in with all these different characters and tie them together that it would work perfectly.
Yeah, just, another couple ideas that we're throwing out your way, Marvel. So, you can make the
Yeah.
check out to to us in case you didn't already know about this. So we'll just leave that there for you guys to go ahead and, just drop a couple whatever you weren't gonna pay Scarlett Johansson, you can send it our way.
Yeah, that one was free. You want more, you got to pay.
Yeah, I know you gotta pay. Wait, that's a different type of website. Just gonna let you know that, okay?
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
we're going pay per view anytime soon.
yeah, no, we ain't that type of, fans website, okay?
The spicy sites, yeah.
Right, it's like, this is raw and uncut. Let's talk about what you guys got going on at Zia Comics, and it's nothing what we just said.
Nothing like that. No.
No, nothing like that.
In Cruces, it's more of the same. We're still trying to get people for in-store signings. It's a little difficult. For the Alamogordo location, the plumber actually finally got in and got all the plumbing taken care of that, so I can go in probably later this week or early next week and continue tearing down the walls I need to tear down. And we're talking with another contractor to go in and rough in the walls that we need roughed in, and then it'll be just a thing of me going in and patching holes and painting. So I'm aiming for the end of the year, hopefully, to get open. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. I don't have any wood. Here we go. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I was like, I got particle board in front of me, so I got you.
wood chips. Yeah. So hopefully by the end of the year, the Alamogordo location will be open.
Nice. Okay, and then, of course, with Labor Day weekend coming up, people looking for something to do. I know families will be out and about this week, and they can always stop by, downtown and, check out Zia Comics.
Yeah, we're open.
Yeah, so
We
go
only
check them
close
out.
for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's crazy, man. It's like it's only those 2 days. So,
Yep.
and even then, it's like, okay, well, we can always pop in really quick. So,
Yeah, there's still people. Oh, can you just open for a little while on Christmas? I was like, no, no. These people want to be with their families. Come on.
right? It's like, it's just like I can't be that selfish, but yeah, we'll wait.
That's like the
Uh,
people come in 5 minutes before close. And you say, hey, we're closing in 5 minutes. Like, that's okay. I just want to look around. And then they
no,
look around for half an hour. I'm like, dude, you need to get out.
I'll tell you, there's like, especially when we get to like restaurants, like with that, like if I know there's 10 minutes before it close, that actually happened last week. It was late. We're like, oh, let's get something to eat. And then we look, it's like 10 minutes before they close. I was like, yeah, I can't do that
They
to
already
them.
had the grill turned off and cleaned.
Yeah, they're like just ready to turn the lights off and walk out. And here I am gonna show up and say, can I get a combination number one? And then be very picky. And then next thing you know, I'm like, okay, I deserve what I get because
Yeah.
they were ready to leave 3 minutes and I
Like
apparently
Super Troopers. Does that look like spit to you?
it's like, I don't know. Is it? Screw it. I'm gonna eat it
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, a couple weeks ago, you may recall, in Albuquerque, uh they had unveiled that statue from Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
yeah. Yeah.
So I've been wanting to go check it out, right? Didn't get a chance. I was supposed to go to Albuquerque this weekend. Didn't get a chance to. My wife did. And she was asked to find the statue, and she did.
It's at the convention center, right?
Yeah.
In one of the hallways or something?
Yeah, she's at the convention center today. And then so this
Oh,
earlier she sent me this. She's like, look what I found. I was like, well, I guess it wasn't that much of a task for you, huh? You were already at the convention center. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw that, and they were there for the unveiling. Cranston and I can never remember the other guy's name. Played Jesse
Oh,
Pinkman.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were
Uh,
there.
it's Aaron.
So
No, it's not Aaron Paul, is
Aaron,
it?
yeah, I think
Aaron
Jesse
Paul.
Aaron
Uh,
Paul, but
yeah,
something like
there we
that.
go.
Aaron's in the
Yeah,
name.
yeah. It's just like so. We'll just call him Aaron. No, we'll just go
Yeah.
with that. Jesse Pinkman.
So
Uh,
I probably won't get to see that until I go up there in January for Albuquerque Comic Con,
yeah.
and then I'm going to make it a point to find it and get a picture with it.
I know. I told her I was like, I know you're like busy working right now. I was like, you should have took a selfie with it. She's like, I was with a group of people, couldn't really do that right now for you. So, but yeah, now that we know where it's at, it's like so. The next time I'm in Albuquerque, definitely taking pictures. And when they were out there, man, I mean, they didn't just go for the unveiling; they went to grocery stores because they have a
Mhm.
tequila brand, I think.
Yeah, they're promoting their tequila.
Man, I mean, you were just seeing all over social media. People were like, "Man, I'm here at Costco and
And
Breaking
there's
Bad is
Bryan
next to me."
Cranston.
They're like, "Wow, there's." I was like, "They're not slinging like they were on the show. Now it's alcohol."
Yeah, they went legal. They're all legit.
They were like, "We're gonna be more legit in 2022. Here's alcohol." So,
I've been trying to
um,
get him to come to the con. I am having a hard time getting a hold of the right people, but
man.
he's been in so many awesome movies and series. I still love Malcolm in the Middle.
Brian has actually been in there's a show on Paramount Plus, back when I had it and then I canceled it. A show with him. It's based on a true story about him and his wife, not him, but the character, how they figured out how to rig the lottery, like how to actually win. Like they
I've
did like a
seen
whole
that.
math. It
Mhm.
was really good movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I was very surprised by it. I was like, wait, it's a and then you later find out that it was based on a real story about how they did all that. I was like, man, I was like, if only I had paid attention in math class, I'd be running that same scam. But
Yeah, your algebra teacher tried to tell you you would use that again.
nope, and here I am, pursued journalism.
I can't even add up tax on stuff I buy at the store.
Right? That's why I think for this, I'm like, hold on, let me
Yeah.
do this really quick.
Hold
We'll be
on, hold on. Are you ripping me off?
Troy, if they want to keep up with you, tell them about the socials. Where can they follow you guys?
We're on the interwebs at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
That's right. Go give them a follow. Me, you can follow me, Hot 103's Big Show on Facebook, Joey on the FM on TikTok. Got 2 more followers, so we're now down to the teens. So I got teens
Almost double
following.
digits.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, I'm catching up there. I was like, who knows? I may hit 200 by the end of the year. Never know. Also follow the Big Show on Instagram, Big Show FM. Give us a follow, and yeah, always check in with us. And don't forget to comment on this. Let us know if there's anything you guys want us to talk about. There's a bunch of shows out there we may not catch that we can always catch next time for you guys. And I promise next time I've caught up to She-Hulk, so I gotta watch the show. I did talk so much about it. I'm like I haven't even seen it yet, so we'll catch up by next week. All right, guys, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. We'll see you next Thursday.
Later, nerds.